right, so this is Dungeon Dave. Relatively new to YouTube. He's got 210 subscribers, but he's putting out content for our game that are getting pretty good views. He's a talking skeleton.
Black Desert Online is that it's full of bloat that insults the player's intelligence and definitely does.
We're off to a good start. Off to a good start. Insults the player's intelligence. In fairness, when you look like this,
Does not respect their time.
I hate it when people say it respects your time. How many hours do you have in BDO? How many hours do you have in BDO? I bet all of us have like fucking tens of thousands of hours in this game. Right? Like literally tens of thousands of hours. And you know what? The reason you have tens of thousands of hours is because the game is really fucking good. Trying to say that a game is not respecting your time? You're playing a video game. Respect your time? Are you getting paid? Like, are you expecting to get paid for playing your video game? Is the game fun? Okay, then it's respecting your time. Like, that's how it works, right? You're supposed to enjoy yourself. That's literally the quantification of being expected. The only people that like can really feasibly say this are like me. Is BDO respecting your time? Fuck yeah, it is. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Recently spent 45 hours playing Black.
Nope. I'm gonna let you guys listen to it one more time. There's no shot that you spent 45 hours and you're gonna make a video telling me that this game doesn't respect your fucking time. So after hour like 25, were you just like, I know that this is disrespectful, but I'm gonna keep playing for another 20 hours. I'm gonna keep doing it. Never mind the fact that real BDO players, it just never, you can't. I love, if he had shown his Steam chart, I've been playing for 45 hours, and you were AFK fishing for all of them. You're grinding at Helms. 45 hours in and you're grinding at fucking Helms? Are you okay? Did somebody hurt you? What in the fuck told you to go to Helms? The main story avoids it.
Does not respect their time. I recently spent 45 hours playing Black Desert Online and came to the realization that although the game has its fun aspects, it includes unnecessary roadblocks that only eat up my time. First and foremost, I do want to take a moment to quickly thank the Black Desert Online community for
You are welcome.
all their advice and support in the comments during my last two videos covering the game. Now, let's get into the meat of the matter. Black Desert Online is loaded with overly complicated game
He's editing his video really well for someone that's new to YouTube.
mechanics. This is likely done to keep players in game for long.
Oh, what do you say?
Overly complicated game mechanics.
We do. Okay, that's a fair complaint. We do have overly complicated mechanics. I hate it when I play a game and the mechanics force me to play for thousands of hours. I prefer mechanics that I can literally just absorb like a fucking sponge in the first 30 minutes so that I can go eat my fucking dinner.
So this is likely done
And then never
to
play
keep
the game
players
again.
in game for longer periods of time. As a new player, this could be one of the biggest drawbacks for...
I think it's probably one of the biggest draws to the game. I know this is a complaint and it's a valid complaint. Okay, yeah. But like really having a complex system is not a complaint. That's not a bad thing. Like, oh, this game is complicated. It's difficult to figure out. Okay, well, that's not the complaint. The complaint should be, all right, it doesn't do a good job of showing you how to do the systems. Okay, so if the tutorial systems aren't getting you there, that's the problem. The fact that it has really in-depth, like, systems within the game is not a bad thing. The bad thing is the fact that there's not enough tutorial systems within the game. That I would agree with him on.
Black Desert Online. For example, in most games, you simply grind it out, you level up, and once when you hit that level, you could either do a quest or buy from like an auction house, buy that new weapon and equip it. Easy peasy. However, in Black Desert Online, you need
45 hours. And we didn't make it to Tuvala. Brutal.
to hit that level, and then you have to use a luck system alongside materials to hopefully level.
This man is standing in Medaya based on the terrain that's here, and his Naruto gear is at +5.
Gear and weapons.
Maybe he's not there.
If you don't know what you're doing, this process will definitely eat through your precious materials and time.
I agree. Beginner Blackstones are precious.
Hey, stop loafing around and get up.
Another complication has to be the storage system. As you progress through the game, you will receive a ton of items, and it could be different.
That is true. I don't know how this is going to relate to the storage system, but yes, this is stupid, and we have talked about this. This ridiculous amount of items that you get for going through the main story is dumb. He's absolutely right about that. Now, how is he gonna fuck this up?
Difficult to determine which items are worth keeping, and storage space is unfortunately very limited, especially for
You have access to the Magnus, which means nowadays you have access to territories and storages in those territories. As long as you've discovered them through the main storyline, which it walks you through them, you have so much more storage space than you ever had before previously.
for a new player. This means that you need to spend a lot of time.
Yeah, 45 hours in and we haven't discovered Tariff, bro.
Either on horseback
Wait, no,
or
he's
on
full on
foot,
Terra.
running from town to town, unlocking new
No.
inventories.
Okay, so he had to. Okay, so he's riding town to town to unlock new inventories. Okay. I thought he was going to talk about how he was going to move them between the towns, like manually. I was. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Space only for it to be filled up in a matter of minutes from some off the beat side quest. Last but not
Okay, so
need
what
to
did.
spend a lot of time either on horseback or on foot, running from town to town, unlocking new inventory space.
You mean doing the main storyline? Two different track outfits, though? True. Game's not respecting his time enough, but boy, he looks badass.
For it to be filled up in a matter of minutes from some off the beat side quest.
He's absolutely right that the questing in BDO is obnoxiously bad. That's the worst part of the game. Mainly because they give you a bunch of items, you don't know what's going on, you're encouraged to R spam through them all, you're not really particularly engaged in the storyline. They suck.
Last but not least, another bone I have to pick
This guy's a jerk off. Okay, chill. Chill.
has to be the node management system. Yet another example of the complicated game mechanics. All right, this system allows players to hire workers.
I have a video for you. Just watch my video. You're gonna be fine.
To farm materials for them. However, as a new player, it could be difficult to understand.
It can be difficult, and because it's difficult, there's a new video for this. Damn it. I didn't put it as a command.
How this system works. You need to do a lot of research either online using Reddit or watch a couple videos.
Don't go to Reddit unless you're going to r/BDO official. Don't use Reddit unless you're going to r/BDO official.
Tutorials on YouTube in order to grasp the concept. Relying heavily on outside help. The game should have.
That is true. The game should help you more with these systems. I agree. That's why the majority of BDO YouTube content is all guides.
Have provided in the first place. These are.
Yeah, if you need to leave the game to understand what's going on, it's usually a bad design. See, he's absolutely right. That's true. So it's not bad that the system is complex. It's bad because they didn't explain it. Isn't that fair, right?
Just three
He's right.
of my top 10 bones to pick examples that The game has
I
been
like that he's using bones to pick because he is in fact a skeleton. Big fan.
thrown my way as a new player of just overly complicated game mechanics here. And while some players may enjoy the challenge of mastering these systems, others may find them very frustrating and time consuming. Ultimately, it is up to each individual, of course, to decide whether or not the complexity of Black Desert Online is worth it for them. But I could see this from a new player's point of view being a major drawback and might even deter them to log in that next time. And before you start coming at me like that's just a you issue, okay,
he's not wrong. It's a fair complaint. The second half of this video, the first half, I'll admit I was concerned. The second half of this video is a very fair complaint. Our questing sucks. The amount of shit that is in the game that you get from questing sucks. And then the fact that these systems are incredibly complex and there's absolutely no explanations within the game, it sucks. They don't explain anything to you, right? Like you have to go into your suggested quest tab and go through these quest lines, which you're just going to speed through anyway, right? Like it's just like the tutorial systems blow. He brings up a good point.
Okay, yeah, these might seem like me problems, but the more videos I make on Black Desert Online, the more comments I read down below that kind of reflect my same feelings. So I'm not trying to pass off ignorance as knowledge, but I am posing some important questions and issues
True.
I have with modern day MMORPGs. Our attention spans are already limited by the amount of dopamine at our fingertips, so it makes no sense to me why game designers will include these systems in their game. These systems are designed, in my opinion, to keep us hooked and playing for longer periods of time.
Yeah, because to use your own words against you, respecting your time is a load of shit. You are literally playing a game so that you can pass the time.
But they actually might be harmful and not really provide the incentive to continue to log in.
The liquor in the golden jar is the blood of 1,000 people. The meat on the jade plate is
This
the
is what we're
fat
ending with?
of 10,000.
Dungeon day out.
All right, here's the video here. You guys could go comment on it if you like. I'm actually going to give it a thumbs up because I agreed with the majority of it.